morning, everybody. It is 6 a.m. It is time for yoga. Let's get going. This is the 30-day yoga challenge. We are on day 8. Let's start. Let's find our feet here. Open the toes. We'll rock and roll from the heels to the toes. Begin opening up those, feeling how those calves are feeling this morning. If you had a heavy weekend, your calves might be tight. We might need to work on those today. Just check in with all the joints as we go up. How are the knees feeling this morning? Do some rolls here. Concentrate on the knees. Bring it on up to the hips. Let's do some hip circles. Just starting to check in and see how our spine is this morning. Other direction. And all the way up. Do some arm circles. Get the upper body into it. Check in with our shoulder blades, our shoulders. The other direction. Oh, nice big circles. And now we've got all of the joints moving. One more time. And right into shoulder rolls. Other direction. And head rolls. My neck cracked, so that means it's working. All right. Getting those joints lubricated this morning. Functional. Yes. Lots of pollen in the air, so be cautious. Let's take some nice suitcase stretches here. If you have some weights, you can do this with weights too. Take the hand down the right hand side. Stretch through the left side body. And the other side. Whew, take it to the other side. And release. Find your nice mountain pose, standing position. Arms overhead, reaching tall, lock the thumbs. Stretch up. Lift your kneecaps. Do one by one, up on the toes, or both at the same time. Engaging the calf muscle, gripping with the toes. And bring it to a twist, gentle twist to the right. Do some pulses. You had a heavy weekend of training. You need to make sure and spend a lot of time on stretching and mobility. Back through center and over to the left. So we're going to do a bunch of twisting today. Make sure you've got your straps and your blocks handy, just in case. And back to center. So overhead, reaching tall, one more time. Up on the toes, up on the toes, up on the toes. Back bend. Just look back if you can. Drop the head. Back through center. And kick those hips over to the left. Through center and over to the right. And through center. Ooh, forward fold. Oh, drop the head all the way down. Let your torso, the weight of your torso, pull yourself down, reaching the floor. Wrap the chest down to the knees, to on your thighs here. And all the way back up, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulder roll, take one foot out, the other foot out. Take it side to side, drop it down into our squat. Ooh, wake up those inner thighs. Press the palms together. 3 or 4 breaths here. Take it from side to side, keep a little movement in it. In this pose, stretching those inner thighs, lower back. And release the hands, pressing through. Open the legs up. We're going out, we're going out. Wide leg forward fold. Press through. You can grab a block if you like. Put your hands on a block. Bring the floor a little closer to yourself. Drop the head. Rock it back and forth. Drop down to the forearms or the elbows if you have it. You can add another block, bring it up to the other height. And we're going to go right from here into a really low side lunge. So I'm just going to bend one knee and go on over. Take that knee out. Really wake up those inner thighs. And the feet too. You get a grip with the feet with this. And release. Bring your feet in and down dog. Hips high, shoulders and chest reaching for the floor. Spread the fingers, press through the palms, through all 4 quadrants of the hand. Pedal the feet, pedal the feet. And bring it to a plank. Drop it down, chaturanga cobra. Release back onto the knees, tuck the toes, and back up into down dog. Walk the feet forward. And roll all the way back up. Hands overhead. Whew. Reaching tall. And dive forward, forward fold. Reaching forward. Step it back. Down dog. Plank. Lower down. Cobra. Rock it back. All 4s, toes under. Back to down dog. Walk it forward. All the way up. And release. Shoulder roll. Grab your strap. Let's get these hands, these arms, the shoulder mobility here. Take your strap in your upper hand, your hand that you're going to be stretching first, elbow. Coax that elbow back behind your head. Grab your strap and pull. And keep the lower body active during this. Sway side to side, feeling out those hip flexors. 3 or 4 breaths here. And release. Woo. Other arm, straight up. Elbow, the back of the head. Reach around, grab your strap with your other hand, and pull. And release. Whoosh. Whew. Strap, hands overhead, reaching tall. Oh, forward fold all the way down. Step it back. Down dog. Forward to plank. Lower down. Cobra. Rock it back on the knees. Back up into down dog. Walk it forward. And all the way up. And swan dive down. Step it back. Down dog. Forward to plank. Lower down. Cobra. Heading back to down dog. Pull the toes under. And walk it back up. Whew. And release. Whew. Shoulder roll. We're going to find our chair. Hands overhead and sit down. Find your chair. Of course, you can put your hands here. Straight out, up, or hips. Find your chair. And take it a little deeper. And release. Whew. And take that right hand twist again. I'm gonna head to the floor in a minute here, so get ready to find your nice, easy seat after our next set of down dog. Twist to the left. And up. Find our easy seat again. Find our chair, sorry. It's Monday. Find your chair, take it a little deeper. Hands together if you like. And take a little twist here if you like that too. Add in the twist. The other side. And release. Whew. Hands overhead, reaching tall. Forward fold. Drop it down. Step back. Down dog. Plank. Drop it down. Cobra. Back to down dog. Walk it forward. Way up. And forward fold. Walk the hands out. Step the feet back. Down dog. Pedal it out. Forward to plank. Drop it down. Cobra. This time. Back on the knees. And stay right here. Take the hips side to side. Woo! Some tight hips this morning. Take those hips side to side. And walk forward on your mat and make sure you have enough room to do all this stuff. Press your ankles in the back and find your easy seat. Woo. Shoulder rolls. And remember, if you're in the easy seat and you always do it this way, do it the opposite way from time to time. Create some balance in the legs. This is so uncomfortable, but eventually it will become comfortable. The opposite side is usually very uncomfortable. Hands overhead. And let's take a tiny twist to the right. Right hand behind for support. Left hand on the right thigh. Deep breath, breathe deep into the belly. And on an exhale, take it a little bit farther. Opening the chest up, gaze to the right. And release. Woo. Let's take a little rounding out break here. Round out that back. Let's bring it back through neutral. And let's take it to the left. Left hand behind for support. Right hand on the left thigh. And twist. A few breaths. And then on an exhale, twist it a little bit farther. Opening up the chest to the left. Keeping the gaze soft. And release. Come back to center. Round it out. And open. Round it out. And open. It's like seated cat cows. Round it out. And open. Release the legs to the front. Whew. Begin our pulses forward. Grab your strap again if you like. Lasso the feet. Just check in with your hamstrings, see how tight they are this morning. Whoosh. Too far back on my mat. Let's get it forward again. Let's find our boat pose that we did yesterday. Grab your strap and lean back, lifting the legs, keeping the chest nice and high. Balancing on the sit bones. Two more breaths. And release. Whew. Soles of the feet together. Check in with those inner thighs now. See what state they are in now that we've done a little bit of work on them. Get those arches. A little bit of toe action here. Opening up the feet here. Anytime we can kind of stretch in the opposite direction that we normally go, it gives our blood flow, our circulation a little bit of something to think about, and refreshes the body, refreshes the systems. Do something a little different. Get out of the rut. All right, let's take the feet out wide again. Do some little pulses. Check in with those hamstrings again. And lean back, lift the legs. Chest high. Engaging the core. Lifting the legs a little higher this time. If you can, bouncing on those sit bones. Two more breaths. And release. Whew. Soles of the feet together. This time, lean it forward, out over your feet. Try to keep the back nice and straight. Chest open, lean from the hip. And release. Stack the legs. Stay ankle over knee ankle over knee, knee over ankle. Whichever leg you have on top is going to be the one that gets the biggest stretch here for the hip. You're not going to feel it so much right when you're in this position. This is actually kind of a nice position to just sit in. Ankles over knees. Now add in the forward fold. As you bend forward, you're going to feel it in that left hip if you've got your left leg on the top. And take your stretch as deep as you like. The key with this is make sure that both sit bones are locked onto the ground. And just check in with what's going on in the hip flexors, the internal rotation of your hip. See where there's any tension. Something that may need to be worked out a little bit more. Or just noticed. Take a deep breath. And fold over just a little bit more, bending from the hips. Keeping the back nice and straight, releasing that lower back as we go as well. You can even grab a block here if you like, or a focusing tool. You can put your hands on a block. Just release any more tension that's in that hip joint. A few more breaths here. And release, coming up. Whew. Release the legs. And just, I don't know, there's an official name for this. Just wiggle them out. Get any tension out there. Now we're going to reverse the legs. So whichever leg you had on top last time, place on the bottom this time. Ankles and knees stacked. Begin to feel the differences here in the two legs, the two sides of your hip. Begin to bend forward just slightly. Check in with that hip. See how different this side feels. Is it looser? Is it tighter? Does it just feel different? Begin that journey forward, bending at the hip. So your spine is nice and straight. We're getting that hip flexor, that hip joint there, lower back, all of that right here in this area. It's so important. Very slowly. And grab your block. Focus in. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. A few more breaths here. Reaching forward. And release. And arm up. Let's take the legs straight and go this. I don't know, frying bacon legs. And bring the soles of the feet together. And fold it out one more time. Forward fold over those folded those legs. Check in with your mobility, your hip, your lower back. See how much more mobility you have now than you did at the beginning of the session. It's also why it's such a great, yoga is so great to do in the morning, because you wake up all your joints. All right, let's relax. Let's take it back onto the back. Oof. And we've got our nice little built-in back rub here. Roll from side to side, a little massage. Lower back. Bring the left knee in, right leg straight. Do a few pulses this direction. Release, right knee in, left leg out, pulse, pull that knee in, closer and closer. And release. One more time. Roll it around back and forth. And release the feet. Let's take a tiny little bridge here. So you're gonna plant your heels, lift the hips, roll the shoulders under, and place your block under your tailbone. Find the right height that feels good. Feels good. And take the legs out. Just relax. If you have back issues, of course, be gentle with this, or don't do it with the block, or do it really low, or just do some more of the back massage rolls. Drop the hands, roll the shoulders under even more. Breathe deep into the belly. Two more breaths here. And release. Soles of the feet to the floor again. Lift the hips, release the block. Come down very slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Drop those shoulders. Even out your back. Drop the legs. Stretch the arms overhead. Point the toes. Try to kind of engage all of the muscles at once. Just stretching really tall, engaging the glutes, engaging the abs, engaging the calves. And then let it go. Drop your hands, let your legs go limp. Take your hands wherever they feel good, up high, right here on your stomach, wherever you want it. Deep breaths in, and just close your eyes for a minute. Think about the day, think about the week. And begin wiggling the fingers and toes. Some motion back after that nice little moment of silence. Bring the knees up and roll to one side. Come up very slowly. If you come up too fast, you'll get dizzy. Back to a nice easy seat. One last shoulder roll, neck roll. Open the eyes, and you're ready for the day. Thank you for joining me for day 8 of the 30-day yoga challenge. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Have a great day, everybody.